Hi, and thanks for tuning in to my video, Establishing and Maintaining Consistency in Your Workouts, How Adults Can Fit Movement into Their Busy Lives. My name is Bridget Johnson. I am a 43-year-old wife, teacher, and mom of 3 children, ages 21, 17, and 6. As you can imagine, life is busy, and I'm sure many of you can relate. My 2 youngest children keep our family on the go much of the year. You can usually find us watching our daughter cheer at her high school football and basketball games during the fall and the winter, or in the fall and spring, you can also find us at the ball field running from field to field, watching our daughter play softball and our youngest play baseball. My husband also coaches, and I am a team mom and the dugout mom for the baseball team every single season as well. And in the summer, our youngest usually plays on the all-star team, which consists of practices 3 days a week and tournaments all day long on Saturdays and Sundays. So that brings up the question, where can I possibly have time to fit in working out to take care of myself? Even with a schedule this crazy and hectic, I'm here to tell you that there are easy and actionable ways which actually work and help make time for you to take care of yourself by moving your body. So today, I want to talk about how to easily fit exercise into your hectic schedule, which is a struggle that I also face, but I have been able to overcome. I will also share some easy and immediately actionable steps you can do to help you achieve this and to maintain your consistency in doing so. Whether or not you have children, work and personal life demands and expectations often make working out one of the lowest priorities on our long list of things to do. But you can do it. This video is going to tell you why it is a struggle to maintain consistency in your workouts from a developmental theories lens, and it's going to also teach you some tips and tricks that have worked for me and that could also help you squeeze intentional moments of fitness into your life, which can have positive effects on both your stress levels and your overall health. So let's just be brutally honest and face the facts. Life is busy. Surprises and emergencies happen. Sometimes it feels like there is hardly time to sit down and breathe, much less exercise to take care of yourself. My own personal struggle has been not just about working out, but also maintaining the consistency in my workouts when life itself demands so much of my time, my energy, and my effort. If you asked me what stands in my way when it comes to consistently working out, you may receive several answers. I may say the demands of my job teaching kindergarten causes me to come home exhausted and overstimulated. My children's activities, they cause me to be away from home a lot. My responsibilities in keeping my household running stand in the way, or even the demands of just keeping a strong marriage in this crazy world. All of them are valid arguments, and all of those things quickly push working out to the very bottom of an already long to-do list. But consistency is imperative for me. I had to begin a weight loss journey 2 years ago due to health issues. I have been able to lose 50 pounds with the help of exercise, eating better, and tracking my food choices. However, consistency has been the biggest key in this weight loss. Working out 5 days a week for at least 30 minutes has not only helped me lose weight, but has also helped me eliminate and greatly reduce my health problems. However, life happens. I would get sick, or life would just get crazier. And I would find that my 5 days a week of working out would drop to 3, then 2, then no days at all. Sometimes this will last for a few days, sometimes several weeks. And in those moments, I would wonder, am I lazy? Is that the problem? Will I ever be able to get back on track? I may say, I do not have time. Or ask myself, how can I get back on track and stay on track? Through this course, I learned the reasons why consistency is such a struggle by exploring developmental theories in established adulthood and I was able to implement small, actionable steps which did not make the task feel overwhelming and have had huge impacts on my consistency. So, when using developmental theories to figure out the root causes of the inconsistency with working out, I found a few interesting facts based on the theories. So, based on the developmental theories, adults in my stage of life, which is considered to be established adulthood, are in the generativity stage of Erik Erikson's psychosocial theory. In this stage, they are focused on building careers, raising their children and caring for others, and contributing to society. In this stage, self-care often becomes deprioritized over our careers and caring for others. This is what is taking place in my life. I am in the middle of balancing my job as a teacher, attending my two youngest children's sporting events, volunteering my time as team mom for my youngest child's baseball team due to the expectation of my coaching husband to do so, being a good wife, taking care of a home, feeding my family, and completing graduate school, all while trying to take care of myself. So when my schedule becomes too packed and the expectations are too heavy, self-care tends to be the last priority on the list. Another developmental theory that is in play is Albert Bandura's social cognitive theory, namely my personal self-efficacy being influenced by my environmental factors, such as time and stress. So Nickerson explains that my self-efficacy or belief in being able to exercise regularly strongly affects motivation, effort, and persistence. Higher self-efficacy leads to greater achievement and resilience. So my self-efficacy is lower due to being tired and busy. Therefore, my motivation to work out is greatly decreased due to the fear that I am just simply too tired to successfully find the time or the energy needed to complete that workout. But on a positive side, Bandura's social learning theory also can come into play to influence me to make the positive changes. Because my children can learn to be healthy by watching what I'm doing with my life in order to be and stay healthy. Lastly, Yuri Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems theory also applies to my issue, and that this theory emphasizes how context shapes a person's behavior. So he names 5 ecological systems that work together to influence a person's behavior. You have the microsystem, which is your immediate environment. You have the mesosystem, which are the connections between the systems. The exosystem, or indirect influences, macrosystem, cultural values, and the chronosystem, which is time-related changes. The ecosystem of someone my age is more complex than at earlier stages of my life, which makes the consistent routines harder to maintain. Adults my age also have time-related changes in the chronosystem in that we have less free time due to caring for children and possibly aging parents. So, when I reflect back on what I learned from this course, one thing that I learned is that I had to figure out easy ways to implement working out into my life so that it did not feel overwhelming. If it was not overwhelming, I could be more successful because I believed I could do it no matter what was on the schedule or what was taking place in my life. Even though my exosystem is more complicated and places higher demands on me, I am in control of my actions, and I am in control of my life. My life is not in control of me. So remember, your life is not in control of you. I know how overwhelming it can feel to fit just something else into your schedule. One more thing to add to the list, one more thing to put on your plate. But remember, the goal is to have progress, not perfection. No one is perfect, and we will never be perfect. Any movement accomplishes more than no movement at all. Also, just remember, you cannot be present for others if you are not healthy to do so. As I like to say in my home, I cannot take care of someone else until I have been able to take care of myself. So now, what happens? What can I do? So we have small changes that can make a really big impact. I am going to share some of the small, actionable steps that helped me that can also help you. First, track your movement. Choose an easy way to log your movement. For example, what works for me is I wear an Apple Watch daily that tracks my steps, and I make sure I also use that to track my workouts. However, I'm also a visual person. I like to have a constant reminder of where I'm at with meeting my goals. So I have a dry erase calendar in my bedroom. It's in plain sight. I mark how many minutes I worked out on the respective day, and it's a quick visual reminder of where I am in my progress. Because remember, again, we are seeking out progress over perfection. No one is perfect. Do not be so hard on yourself. This should be a motivation tool, not one that makes you feel guilty. So what if you struggle for 1 week? Next week is always a fresh start. You always are able to start over and try again, and it does not matter how many times you need to do so. Also, I found easy ways to trick my brain into thinking that my workouts were non-negotiable. For example, when you wake up and you have nowhere to go ahead and dress for your workout. You will be more likely to actually do it. I know it sounds silly. I know it may sound crazy to some people, but if you already have on the workout clothes, I know at least for me, I am much more likely to actually do my workout. But what if you have to work? Well, when you come home from work, come in your house, immediately change into your workout clothes. This is something that I do. I change into my workout clothes, then I give myself 30 to 45 minutes to decompress, but then I jump right into my workout. That way, I'm not sitting too long and putting it off for too long. Well, guess what? We're talking about lack of time. What if you can't make the time to go to a gym? Well, find something at home that works for you. You can go for a walk. Or in my case, I've been a member of a dance fitness live stream for many years. I have access to cardio, step training, and even strength training workouts through my platform. And this brings me to the very last tip. Buy a set of dumbbells to use at home. You do not have to start with a full gym in your home. I started off with lower weights and I've added to them over time as I have gotten stronger. Because guess what? Okay, you're tired. You've worked all day. You want to catch up on your favorite show that you recorded. Well, guess what? You can do that and you can do strength training at the same time. You can watch your show and you can do your reps. I know it can feel overwhelming, but you can do this. You just have to find what works for you and make the conscious decision to begin. Reflect on your progress at the end of your first week. Make a goal for the following week. Again, you've got this. Remember, the key to working out consistently is learning what works for you. Progress over perfection. And taking small steps to achieve that goal. Once you increase your self-efficacy and believe you can do it, you are in control of your life instead of your life controlling you. It is okay to start over as many times as you need to. Start over every week if you have to. Remember, it's progress over perfection. You are closer to your goals every time you try to work toward them. It doesn't matter how big or how small the movements are. Do your workout while you're watching TV. If you're stuck at the park with your kids, go for a walk while they're getting ready to warm up for their game. You are in charge of your life. This is all on you, and you can do this. So let me know in the comments how you plan to make working out